they stopped that fight.
Of course, that was 2 bad cuts. Them was real bad cuts, I believe so.
Now talk to me for a second. You switch comfortably from orthodox to southpaw when you're getting your cake.
What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News. And I have some new news concerning Terence Bud Crawford. That was a segment of him in an interview with the Schmo. Shouts out to him. And Terence Crawford said that if it was any other fighter, that fight would have been stopped. Because it wasn't one cut, it was 2 bad cuts. He caught him early with that cut. The cut happened too early in the fight. It would be understandable if it happened in 8 or 9 rounds, so you only had a certain amount of rounds left. But this happened early in the fight, okay? And Terence Crawford gave you his take on it, right? Now, this is what I like about Terence Crawford. I look at Terence Crawford as a real human being, as a real dude, because of course, he didn't do the politician because he's on Top Rank and Fury's on Top Rank and everything that happens on Top Rank. You don't say nothing bad about Top Rank or derogatory about Top Rank. If you do, it'll be, bad for your career, right? That's a no-no. That's taboo. But Terence Crawford didn't give a damn. Terence Crawford said, you know what? If that had been any other fighter, they would have stopped it. And you know something? He's absolutely correct. How many other times did I see that during my live feeds, my live chats? And I have to agree. If that wasn't any other fighter, okay, including Wallin, right? We already talked about Vitaly Klitschko and what happened in that fight with Lennox Lewis, and he was whooping Lewis's ass. And that happened after the 3rd round. I think that happened in like 4th or 5th, right? That bad cut that happened in his eye, 4th or 5th. And on top of that, my man Tony Weeks is getting all types of shit. And I caught it yesterday because I rewatched the fight with the glob of Vaseline upside the face and stuff like that. That shit looked like it looked like a golf ball of Vaseline that was just matted in that cut and around that cut. A lot of people thought you don't supposed to have it in there. You're supposed to have it in the cut to seal the blood. You don't supposed to have it a big glob as protection. Okay? And Tony Weeks missed it. I don't know how the hell he missed it because he catches everything else. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him looking like a bloody Santa Claus in there at points. And I don't see how he missed that big ass golf ball of Vaseline that was just hanging off of Tyson Fury's head. But it didn't matter anyway because Wallin knocked that shit off. But we could assume that that's favoritism. Not calling Tony Weeks because I like Tony Weeks. But he missed that shit. I know you can't catch everything being a referee. I've never been a referee, so I don't know how it is, but you do know the rules of a referee. And if I could see it, he should have saw it because he was closer to the fighters. We could agree on that. So, what Terence Crawford did, being an ESPN fighter, it didn't matter. He threw the politics right out of the window. That's what I like about it. That's the significance about what he had to say versus someone like Errol Spence. Someone like Errol Spence would have said that. It wouldn't have mattered because Errol Spence, he has the narrative because he's on the PBC side of the street, right? But Terence Crawford isn't. Terence Crawford is on that same side, in that same banner, right? With Tyson Fury. But that didn't stop him from speaking his mind. And I think more fighters should do exactly what Terence Crawford done. He's the number 1 pound for pound fighter, number 1, number 2, however you want it. He's one of the top totem pole fighters in boxing today, right? And you would think a person like that would have to have some type of limitation on what he can say being on ESPN. But not Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford showed he's not a sellout. He shows he's a real man. He just speaks his mind honestly and unbiasedly. It doesn't matter about networks. It doesn't matter about anything. So when Terence Crawford says something about PBC, don't say the only reason he's saying that is because he's a top-ranked fighter. Okay? So let's counterpunch that right now and get that out in the open. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Terence Crawford's comments. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.